And welcome to the game of the week, the soccer game of the week. The Santa Monica Vikings are here at Helcap Field playing the Hawthorne Cougars in Ocean League action in girls soccer. Along with Natalie Marcuzzo, I'm Lou Stowers. And Natalie, this is going to be a game where Hawthorne really needs to get back in the win column.
Yes, I do, Lou, and that's right, because Hawthorne Cougars are 0-6 right now in the Ocean League, making them 4-11 overall, and they've lost the last 9 in a row. It's rough.
And Santa Monica?
And Santa Monica Vikings are 5-1. They're the defending league champions with their overall record 12-4-3, and they've won the last 3 in a row.
And like you said, they are the defending Ocean League champs and number 11 in Division III of the CIF. And Culver City is in first place at 5-0-1. Well, we're underway here at Helcap. Glad you joined us on CityTV. Aaron Soto for the Cougars had the ball, and now it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Vikings. So it's 5-1. These Vikings looks like their only loss probably to well, we can check that out for you. So how do you think this Santa Monica Vikings team stacks up?
You know, I think the Viking team stacks up pretty well. It's a beautiful day for a soccer game, so I'm excited to watch the teams match up and see how they do.
Absolutely, and the only team that they lost to, as we take a good look at Cassandra Jimenez, one of the captains, just a sophomore for Hawthorne. And Culver City defeated the Vikings 2-0, so that's their only loss in Ocean League action. Goalkeeper Shayna Zuckerbraun, she's just a sophomore for Santa Monica. So up and down both rosters, actually lots of freshmen and all the way up to seniors on both teams. That goes out of bounds again. Big throw-in. Santa Monica trying to get it in and kicks it in towards the goalkeeper, and it's kicked out by Mira Vargas. Excuse me, that's Elizabeth Rodriguez. She's one of the captains. And we got a whistle on and offside. So Madeline Garcia, a sweeper, she's just a sophomore as well. So lots of young Cougarettes out there starting, playing for Hawthorne.
And it looks like that one was knocked out of bounds as well.
Bria Stalker will throw it in for the Lady Vikings.
Bria Stalker, a sophomore as well. A lot of youngins on these two teams.
That's right. Being chased down into the Hawthorne end again. Good defense, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. Stopped there by Fernanda Caso, and it's kicked out by Garcia. Just starting in the first half. Isabel Lewis fighting for the ball. Coming to midfield. Kicked back in by Maddie Bison. And both teams just kind of feeling each other out. There you saw a little pushing and shoving there by Sophie Davison.
Looks like they're aggressive already in the first half.
Just trying to show who's got the better skills. There's a little push, no call. Is getting up off the pitch is Leah Yamashiro, one of the captains for the Vikings. Look out, here comes the Cougars on the attack. Kick and a nice save there by Zuckerbraun. And that was Aaron Soto with the shot. Bringing it back out is Katie Zemke, another captain. And that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Now you see the shot here on the replay. Nice left-footed boot by Aaron Soto.
And a great block by the goalkeeper there.
That's right. And Aaron's just a sophomore. And the block by Zuckerbraun. Inside, look out. And that's an offside. So that was a dangerous play there as Elizabeth Rodriguez was trying to keep out one of the Vikings. It was Sierra Morelli. Kicked back down, chasing it down is Arianes Del Cid, and it's out of bounds. Is it going to be a throw-in? Yes.
And another out of bounds. Looks like these Santa Monica Viking girls are going to quick to get it back in play.
Headed towards the goal and settling it down. And nice defensive play by the Cougars. Here comes a shot in, dribbling in, and kicked out nicely by Cassandra Jimenez, a sophomore forward. There's Cassandra. That's the replay. Nice job. Back to live action. Fernanda Casso coming down the wing, gets it back, trying to settle it down, but is kicked back out by the Viking defense. And Morelli kicks it out of bounds. Should be a throw-in for the Lady Cougars. And down there, you can see the coach for the Vikings, Jimmy Chapman. Thrown in by Del Cid. Good defense by Abby Grossman.
Okay.
And Ashley Marin will kick it to put it back in play for the Hawthorne Cougars. And it should be a pretty good play. Set up a pretty good play here.
Now Ashley Marin, the sophomore midfielder, kicking the ball
And
score.
How about that? There's a goal! Goal for the Cougars. 1-0.
What a kick that was, Lou.
Yeah, she bent that in. That's Ashley Marin.
With a big smile on her face. That's exciting. Here's the replay. Right over the Vikings' heads. Oh, what a kick.
Nice job. So an upset in the making. Let's see. That was in the early here in the first half. But 1-0 still on a beautiful bend it like Beckham left foot.
And a beautiful day for some soccer.
Oh, yeah.
We've got our sunglasses on. Sun's beating in our face. Feels good.
Did you bring your sunblock?
You know, I actually forgot it.
Uh-oh. Ball goes out of bounds as the Cougars putting on a surprise right now with an early 1-0 lead. Bria Stocker will throw it back in. And it's knocked back out of bounds. So Stocker will stalk down the ball.
We're already seeing a lot of people kick the ball in and out, and the girls throwing it back into play a lot in this first half.
Well, there's no ball girls like there are, it seems like in the boys' games. There's a lot of little guys running around just waiting for that ball to go out of bounds. As usual, the girls got to do the majority of the work. Alyssa Toyama is going to throw it in. Nice throw. And it's inside the box. This one's dinked over the net. And that is Myra Mariah Vargas in goal. Thought that was Elizabeth Rodriguez, but it's Vargas in goal. Let's watch the replay. Little shot by Abby Grossman, and that went over the net, just over the crossbar. Ball's kicked out of bounds by the Vikings, so it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. So how about that? Thought there was going to be some sort of a play there on that kick by Maureen.
You know, from our angle, it looked like it was going to be a good play there. But
as Alondra Villagrana throws it in, knocked around at midfield, and here come the Vikings. Good defensive play, and that's going to go out of bounds. Leah Yamashiro throws it in to Morelli. Morelli to Davison. Davison has her ball taken away. And now Yashimiro kicks it on the other side. A header. Swung on and missed by Toyama. And that'll go out of bounds.
Vikings just looking to get some momentum down in the Hawthorne's box. Here's the replay.
And the goalkeeper, Mariah Vargas, she's just a freshman. So a pressure situation playing these powerful Vikings. Morelli with it, left foots it to the wing. And it's knocked out of bounds. Kate Zemke, another captain. She's a senior defender.
And Del Cid with the ball here, number 3, the sophomore, throwing it back in for Hawthorne.
So far, good defense by Hawthorne. As it's sent back in the zone. Picked up by Davison. She gets the ball back.
A lot of back and forth movement here.
Zemke. Morelli. Davison back to Morelli on the tic-tac-toe, but that's an offside. Sporting the Viking blue hair.
Getting into the school colors there.
And the replay. So with the goal kick is Cassandra Jimenez, a captain, again, just a sophomore. Ball back and forth in the midfield area. Vikings trying to get something going, but good defense again by Hawthorne. Davison can't get it away from the Cougars. They're keeping him at bay. And Abby Grossman hanging onto the ball, takes a shot, bends in, and Vargas picks it up. It's sent back into Santa Monica zone. Picked up by Del Cid, trying to get it out of there. Has another chance at it, and does. Ashley Marin with the lone goal. Gives it up. Over to Yamashiro. And Yamashiro, or excuse me, Zemke, tried to get that pass, but it's out of bounds.
And Del Cid for the Hawthorne Cougars will throw the ball back into play. Oh, she passes it off. Excuse me, to number 10, Cassandra Jimenez.
And that goes out of bounds. The pass was intended for Fernanda Casso, but it'll be Vikings ball. It's Maddie Bison. The kick was off of Marin's leg and down deep into Viking territory. It's kicked out of bounds by the Lady Vikings, and that was Bison. So it'll be a throw-in deep inside of Viking territory.
Both of those girls hustling down the field after the ball in that play.
So see if the Cougar magic can work again. As Hawthorne sets up to the left, or actually to the right of Shayna Zuckerbrun. And there's our goal scorer, Ashley Marine. So it's not going to be a throw-in, it's going to be a kick. Bent in again, and this time it's stopped by Zuckerbrun as that ball was ticketed for the upper corner.
Yeah, and it looked, here's the replay, and it looked like it was about to go in, but man, what a catch by the goalkeeper there.
And she followed that bend just fine, and that's offside. And the Viking can't believe it. As Mariah Vargas is just holding up that goalpost. Don't want to let that thing fall. So a kick for the Cougars after the offside. Teams, and that ball goes into, trickles down towards the goalkeeper. Zuckerbrun with it.
Kicking the ball down the line. Oh, off the double head.
Here comes Morelli trying to, again she does, find Yamashiro. Ball sent back. Here comes a shot, and that goes wide.
The replay. The shot. Oh, and there it is. Nice. They've had a few good shots down there, but just nothing is working for them.
So the left-footed boot just wide. And the kick. So Hawthorne trying to get it out of harm's way, but Morelli comes up with it. Passes it to midfield, where Sophie Davison trying to get it down to Yamashiro. And the shot, nice save there by Vargas. And that one was the first above the head shot by Santa Monica High as Vargas kicks it out of there.
That's right, and you saw she had to jump up a little bit just so that she could block it.
Ball goes out of bounds, but it's in Viking territory, so the pressure's off for now for Hawthorne as they're nursing that 1-0 lead. There you see the shot. And a nice two-handed save on the shot by Isabel Lewis.
This Hawthorne Cougars defense is really running the Santa Monica Viking girls down.
Now they're protecting their keeper, that's for sure. Coming down towards the end of the half. And the ball has been mainly in the Hawthorne zone. Ball taken by Morelli. Morelli has a player on their left, but she decides to keep it. Now, here comes Pierce. Pierce with it. She gets it back from Grossman. Morelli with it. On the right wing, or check that the left wing, is Yamashiro. But still good defense by the Cougars, and it goes out of bounds. A little bit of a pressure off there, but the Vikings seem to be looking for a perfect shot as Abby Grossman puts it in.
Vikings offense just trying to get something going here before the halftime. See them trying to create space and get a play set up, but That Cougar defense, they're on them.
And just saw Ashley Marine and got a whistle as Marine has her left knee bandaged and she's just limping ever so slightly. So now we have a kick just outside the penalty area. So something similar to what Hawthorne had. And here's Isabel Lewis. Bends it in, looking for the header, but Hawthorne heads it out. Good defense by the Cougars. Kick back in the goal area. And that's going to turn the ball back over to the Cougars. Kicked up towards midfield. Hawthorne gets past a couple of defenders, but it trickles out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball again. About midway through the first half.
Bria Stalker throwing the ball back in for Santa Monica Vikings as a few girls come in and out between play.
Ball is back-footed out now. There's a nice kick into Viking territory, into the penalty area where it's scooped up by Zuckerbrand. And a nice high rainbow kick to midfield. Hawthorne's going to get there first, and they got a three Cougar to 1 Viking advantage. Here they come. But just out of the reach on the passes. Garcia kicks it back into Viking territory. Stalker picks it up. And the ball gets kicked off some legs and just out of bounds. That'll be a Viking throw-in.
These girls looking a little fatigued here right before the half.
Settling the ball down is Isabel Lewis, but it's taken right back by Hawthorne and booted back in. Zuckerbrand has to pick it up. There's some nice outlet passes, and one of these times the Cougars are going to pick up on it.
That's right, Lou. Getting the ball back downfield. Here comes the Vikings. They're not ready to give up yet.
Still a lot of soccer to go. On the attack, the Vikings. Fanned on the shot. Getting it back is Pierce. Kicked back out by Hawthorne, and it goes out of bounds inside of Santa Monica territory. So it'll return to the Vikings. As Stalker throws it in. So the Vikings have won 3 in a row. The Cougars have lost 9 in a row, but certainly don't look like it today. And let's see if they can keep things going. Cougars trying to break through the Viking defense. Ball is picked up by Isabel Lewis. Well, that's not Madeline Pierce, but that's Abby Grossman. And a shot in, picked up by Vargas after the defense knocked down the Santa Monica offensive player, and she's still down, just now getting up.
Looks like she's going to walk it off. But her teammate's over there to check on her. That is Alyssa Tomaya.
Yeah, she got roughed up a little bit. Sending a message, the Cougars are, to Santa Monica. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball.
Grossman with the ball, getting ready to throw it back in. But a few changes over on the Hawthorne Cougar side.
In football, the Hawthorne Cougars are there where the Vikings are. But in soccer, both boys and girls take the west sideline. So, well, here's a dangerous throw in for the Vikings against the Cougars. And Grossman doesn't, she's saying, well, we've got the sand pit here. Why can't I move? I want to throw it in. I want to run.
The ref's not taking that.
So Hawthorne will get the throw in. Dominguez. Monserrat Dominguez in the ball game now for the Cougars. And look out. Here comes a shot and a goal. Goal for Leah Yamashiro. And she ties up the score at 1. She snuck in behind the defense. And that's what good teams do. She's wearing one of the captain's sleeves. It's all tied up at 1.
Here's the replay. Running down the field. She is on it. Ooh! Hands up after that. She was excited. Booted from the right foot. Just the goalkeeper just couldn't get it.
So it's all tied up at 1. Leah Yamashiro.
And the ball's kicked out of play again here. Looks like Hawthorne's going to throw it back in.
Well, with the ball pretty much in the Cougars' territory, you knew something was going to happen sooner or later. But for the Cougars, they wish it was later. Still on the attack, but the Cougars have been playing good defense all game long. And again, it's put back in by Garcia into the Santa Monica zone, but right back into Hawthorne zone. But there's a whistle. We're going the other way. Fernanda Casso got knocked down.
Cassandra Jimenez, the forward sophomore from Cougars, kicking the ball back into play.
The Vikings pick it back up. Hawthorne trying to stop, but it's not working. As Leah Yamashiro coming in, and we have a whistle. There's a good. Here's a good shot of Elise Soto. Toyama with it, passes it down the wing, and still good defense by Hawthorne.
Viking offense trying to make something happen here again, keeping the Cougars on their feet.
Throw in by Jimenez. Is getting knocked down from behind is Casso. So the ball is going to come back the other way. Max! And the kick comes in and picked up by the sophomore goalkeeper, Shayna Zuckerbraun.
Zuckerbraun booting that one down the midfield line.
And it goes out of bounds. Coming down to 10 minutes left in the first half. Stocker throws it in. Isabel Lewis with it, has it finally taken off of the ball, and the Cougars get it back into Viking territory. Goes out of bounds, but it's looked like it was kind of guided out of bounds by Santa Monica.
It was, and it was quickly thrown back in there.
Yeah, she got it. She pulled a fast one.
It's a shot of number 8, Alyssa Tonwaya there for the Vikings. Walking back down, getting ready to get back into play as the Cougars set up Cassandra Jimenez to kick the ball.
Gets a nice sweep under it. The Cougars keep it in bounds in Santa Monica territory. Nice lift by Dominguez to get it in there. Here come the Cougars on the attack. Nice defensive play by Stocker, and she kicks it out of bounds, saving a corner kick.
Looks like the ref's getting some trash off the field there.
Hey, you got to be a groundskeeper too sometimes.
Well, we see the palm trees there with a little bit of wind, so who knows where that's coming from.
Just a beautiful onshore breeze coming from Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach. It's headed out of bounds by Stocker.
They don't call it the Ocean League for nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's Abby Grossman who knocked it out. Thrown back in, Cougars with it, getting it in front, trying to find a shooter. Can't do it, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds. So a little bit of an effort by the Cougars, just couldn't get past the Viking defense. And Dominguez there with Casso. Jimenez throws it in front. Kicked out by the Vikings, with the Cougars trying to keep it in.
We're seeing some good defense from the Cougars, or from the Vikings, excuse me.
So let's see what's going on here after this whistle.
Both teams moving forward.
It'll be a kick for the Cougars, and head coach Jimmy Chapman says, "What they do?"
Sandra Jimenez sets up, kicks the ball.
Goes through, but it's still up, and a nice shot, but just wide off of the rebound. Nice shot by Brittany Rodriguez, a sophomore midfielder.
There it is on the replay, and just misses.
Fired wide. It was the right idea, trying to get it over the defense.
Little back and forth action, but the ball's kicked out of place again. Looks like it's going to be Vikings throw-in.
Stocker gets it to Grossman, and that goes off of Dominguez. And here come the Cougars. Jimenez with it. Jimenez wants to strike, does, going for the far corner, and it goes wide with a little bit of help from Zuckerbraun. And if she did touch it, that's going to be a corner kick on the far side for the Cougars.
Here on the replay, she's going and kicks it wide, and oh, looks like she does touch it. Had to dive for it there too. Some good defense in that goalkeeper.
So Cassandra Jimenez, just a sophomore, now faces her first corner kick from the Cougars. Or what? Pardon me. Cassandra Jimenez is going to be kicking the corner kick. Zuckerman, a sophomore goalkeeper, didn't get a lot of height on it, but they still have it in the zone, and now Jimenez tries to bend it in, but no one there to tap it in.
Zuckerbraun getting the ball set up there. Oh, and here's the replay.
Nice move by Jimenez. And just out of the reach of Dominguez.
Zuckerbraun kicks that one in, but it goes right out. Quick for the Cougars to get set up and have Del Cid throw it back in.
Is inside the penalty area. And a whistle called is going to go back to the Vikings. A good look at Aaron Soto. So coming back the other way, towards the end of the half here, Natalie, the Cougars have kept the pressure on the Vikings.
And it's good to see, considering that they've had so many losses in a row this year.
Going up against a good team as the kick comes all the way down. Here comes Morelli. She passes it to the right to Lomelli. Cougars get it up back out towards midfield and still have it. Soto dinks it in, and look out, here comes the Cougars on the rush, and just passing it to herself too far was Fernanda Casso.
Casso had her hands on her head after that one, and here's the replay. Running after it, the goalkeeper is out and just scoops it up. Oh, and you see her throw her hands up there. Thought she had it.
She knew she tapped it a little too far. And then coming out to cut down the angle was Shayna Zuckerbraun. Jimenez to throw the ball in when everybody gets set. Karina Garcia coming on.
A freshman, Karina Garcia is. We're seeing a lot of young players for this Cougar soccer team here.
Well, that's good because got to build up that culture. Get the good players from the area in there. Just giving up in their own zone, Cougars trying to capitalize, but Morelli has it back into Hawthorne territory. Morelli has it again. Nice little move by Davison. Davison trying to get it to Toyama, but an offside's called. So coming down towards the end of the half, and it's a 1-1 tie.
It's like the Cougars are getting set up here to kick the ball back into play.
Nice stiff breeze outside coming on shore. Shouldn't really affect things here today. Ball goes out of bounds. Grossman will, actually no, it'll be the Cougars' ball. With an opportunity, let's see if Jimenez can find the right Cougar in front. Heads it into the penalty area. And a shot, nope. Defense kicking it to the sideline. And they're trying to get something going themselves. Vikings on the push. But it's kicked back in. Cougars with a good chance. On the left side into the penalty area. They kick back out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side. But good job by Casso and company to keep the pressure on late in the half.
Keep the pressure on, that's right. And the defense for the Vikings have been keeping the pressure on the Cougars here in this first half, Lou. But I'd say the Cougars have been keeping the pressure on as well. Both teams not giving up, giving it 100%.
Now they're warmed up now. Ball pops out of the penalty area. Cougars trying to settle it down, but Samo High still in a foot race here. Down the field, nobody is really there, and it goes out of bounds as the Viking trips and tumbles down. That's Leah Yamashiro. Madeline Garcia offered a hand, but she didn't take it.
Well, and there she is on the replay. And, oh, looks like she gave her a little push and she goes down hard. Yamashiro, the junior forward, but also a captain. And she's back up. Looks like she's okay.
Of course. The girls are tough. Vikings, though, get the ball back on the attack. And not a real good shot attempt. Goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Hawthorne. Cassandra Jimenez will kick it out. Nope, not quite. Vikings still hanging on to it. And the first half comes to an end here at Helcap Field on the campus of Hawthorne High School, where the score is 1-1. There's Maddie Bison. And the first goal, the opening goal, was scored by Hawthorne. Ashley Marine made it 1-0 in favor of Hawthorne. And then that was early in the first half. Then late in the second half, it was Leah Yamashiro tying up the game at 1. And we'll be back on CityTV with the second half.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship Yukon Huskies basketball team, and your losing your Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper, good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
Back here at Helcap Field, second half just about ready to get underway, and here we go. Samo High with the boot to start off the second half, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Hawthorne ball right away. So what a first half we had, Natalie.
That was a great first half, Lou, and it's good to see both teams staying aggressive and already starting off in the second half looking aggressive with the score tied up 1-1.
And the goals in the first half, early in the first half, Hawthorne got things going early with Ashley Marin 1-0, and then Leah Yamashiro tied it up at 1. So we're looking for another tough road here in the second half. See if probably just the next goal could win it. This one's punched out of bounds as the teams will switch goals. Mariah Vargas now protecting the goal to our right, the goal to our north. And Shayna Zuckerman to the left or to the south. Shadows starting to grow here at Helcap Field. Ball is punched into the penalty area. It's going to be a race, and that's won by Vargas.
Vargas kicking the ball out. As the Cougar offense drives down the field. And it looks like that'll be Dominguez throwing the ball in for Hawthorne.
Hawthorne has that pass inside the, trying to get into the penalty area block, but now we have a whistle, and another kick is going to be very advantageous for the Cougars.
Both teams lining up in the goal area as Hawthorne gets ready to kick the ball.
So there's lots of hooking and holding going on right at the penalty area. And Cassandra Jimenez will do the honors. And maybe got a little bit too much of the wind.
A little high over the goalpost there.
Nice shot, good thought, but it is windy out there. There's a missed kick by the goalkeeper, Zuckerbraun, and that'll be a nice throw-in opportunity for the Cougars there.
And as the sun goes down here, you can see the girls are squinting a little bit with the sun in their eyes.
Ball is headed a couple of times by the Vikings, settled down by Martinez, Giselle Martinez, first time we've called her name today. Nice takeaway by the Cougars, and here comes Jimenez. Jimenez with the boot across, and that'll go out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball. So nice attack by the Cougars to start off this second half.
Vikings throwing the ball back in, but immediately going out, which we've seen a few times in the first half as well, Lou.
Ball back in, and the Cougars trying to get it. Oh, she hit the flag stick, although you don't get anything for that.
Well, there's the ball boy over there.
Looks like some of the team members, other teams coming on the field are getting ready for their game, and they get to help out a little bit. Ashley Luna in the game, and it's chipped in, kept back out, and a nice save off of the header for the Cougars. Oh my goodness, they came that close.
Oh, and there it is on the replay. A lot of people in there. Oh, and the goalkeeper just gets it. The knee. Wow, what a save.
Great save on the header by Dominguez. Or, well, now we've got a nice opportunity on the corner kick. Two kicks at it, another kick at it, right out in front. And good keeping by Zuckerbraun.
Few girls down in that last play on both sides.
Aaron Soto in front. But it's going to be called Viking ball.
Vikings defense, Isabel Lewis setting the ball up and kicking it back down the field there.
But what an opportunity for the Cougars there. They had four good opportunities.
They definitely did there, Lou. But hey, Santa Monica Vikings, they've been doing something right all year, and they stopped them there.
That's true. But the Cougars are sticking with them.
Isabel Lewis for the Vikings setting the ball up again, kicking it down. Kicking it across the field. There she is again. Trying to get something going, but it goes out of bounds.
So it'll be a throw-in for Santa Monica. As we're into the 7th minute.
Few changes for the Vikings. A couple girls coming in and out and throwing the ball back into play.
Viking defense there to punch it away. And a nice kick back into Viking territory by Giselle Martinez. Zuckerbrand way out to kick the ball out of harm's way, but Hawthorne's trying to get back on the attack. Vikings back with it, but Hawthorne comes up with it.
Seeing some good Vikings defense.
Good stop by Hawthorne defense. I believe that was Del Cid. Along the sideline, Vikings get it out. And they'll take the pressure off, take some time off the clock by getting it back to Zuckerbrand.
This Viking offense just looking to create space and get something set up here.
And there it is. But Vargas is there to kick it out of harm's way. It'll be out of bounds to the Vikings. Now there you see Mariah Vargas shielding her eyes from the sun in goal. Got to get her a visor or something. Grossman now challenging, but Vargas comes up with it. Then it'll go out of bounds.
Quickly thrown back into play. Bria Stalker there for the Vikings.
And a shot attempt, actually a pass attempt, right in front of the goal mouth, but the Vikings weren't there to poke it in. There's a nice little shot. And a good save on a blind shot. Vargas stopped Morelli.
There it is on the replay. Oh, catches it right with her left hand and scoops it up.
Terrific play by Mariah Vargas. And that keeps the game tied at 1. Cassandra Jimenez tracking down the ball. There's about 10 minutes have ticked away here in the second half. Samuel High trying to keep it in bounds. They do, but it's picked up by Martinez of Hawthorne. Samuel High playing keep away from Hawthorne.
I was thinking the same thing. It's kicking circles right around her. A lot of back and forth action there, and then boots it across the down midfield line.
Stalker picks it up, tries to get it down there as well. Morelli with it, but it's poked out by the Cougars to the midfield area. Nice move to get around the defender, but she gets back for Samuel High. And that kick might have gone off of a Cougar arm, turning it back over to Santa Monica.
Zuckerbrand setting up the kick here in the corner. Kicks it down the field.
Lusinger knocking it back in. And now back to Morelli into Cougar territory. No one was really there for the Vikings on that pass by Morelli. And just missing on the pass down low to Soto. And getting knocked down was Brittany Rodriguez.
And she's back up. Oh, off the headbutt and knocked down.
By Miriam Pierce.
Didn't look too happy about that one either, Lou.
Yeah.
Looked like a little bit of roughhousing there for the girls.
Yeah, when you get a knee up in that area, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy.
It hurts when you go down, either way.
So waiting for the girls to get set. Finally, time back in. Soto kicks the ball, trying to get it into the penalty area, but it's taken away by Zuckerbrand, where she has been aggressive coming out of the goal area.
You know, both goalkeepers have been aggressive in this game, Lou.
Booted back into the Santa Monica high zone. And look out. So it'll be Hawthorne ball. And we're into the 14th minute. It's all tied up at 1.
And the ball's out of bounds. It looks like Del Cid throwing it back in quickly to get the game going.
But it's taken away by the Vikings, and they're on the attack. Oh, ouch. That doesn't feel good.
Oh.
Landing on that tartan, that rubberized tartan. That's Abby Grossman.
She's up. She's tough.
Oh, yeah. Ran into Giselle Martinez. Looks like Del Cid asking her if she's okay. Being good sports about things. Lewis. Right into the breadbasket of Vargas.
Vargas kicking it high downfield. Goes off the chest of Hawthorne Cougars and out.
Ava Bailey kind of held up Martinez and used her as a human shield to knock that ball off of her chest. Nice play by Bria Stocker to keep the ball in and to take it away. Vikings on the attack coming down, and nice takeaway by Hawthorne down low. Now it's back in the penalty area, as fighting the lone Viking is Leah Yamashiro. Battling with Madeline Garcia. It's going to be a corner kick for the Vikings, along with Ava Bailey.
Ava Bailey wearing 2 different color shoes there, Lou.
Hey. Let's see how this goes. Cross, and the Vikings get it back out, or the Cougars get it out. The Vikings trying to get it back in inside the penalty area. Here comes a shot. Here comes a shot, and it goes just wide, as the rebound couldn't be put in by Abby Grossman.
Abby Grossman running back down the field, you see there, as the Cougars get set up.
So Vargas and the Cougars survive that battle. And the score remains tied at 1. Goals in the first half. Hawthorne started it off, Ashley Marine, and then Leah Yamashiro tied it up about midway through the first half. Vikings with it again, sent in, and nice scoop by Vargas, because watch this. Here's Yamashiro. Nice pass across, waiting for somebody else to get into the penalty area. Little bit of a shove there by the Vikings. So the Cougars will get a kick. So you can see that Samuel High, they're getting a little frustrated. They're not used to this. They score 51 goals. They've scored 51 goals, now 52 goals, and they've only given up 27 goals all season long.
That's right, Lou. And we mentioned it at the beginning of the first half, but the Vikings are 5-1, and they're the defending league champs. They're 12-4-3 overall. And before this game, they won the last 3 in a row.
Maddie Pearson going to throw the ball in. And they beat El Segundo 5-0, Lawndale 6-1, and West 3-2. So no slouches by any means. Ball in again by Grossman.
There it is on the replay. She goes for the kick, but the goalkeeper's there, and it doesn't look like it's super close.
But it went off of Vargas, so it's going to be a corner kick. Ava Bailey and her two-tone shoes. Bend out, and the header was just too far over the goal area. Look out. Dinked in, pass across, but no one there. Ava Bailey with a nice little cross pass.
And Ava Bailey, a midfield sophomore from the Vikings.
So the Cougars will have a chance to get things going, get the lead goal. As soon as everybody gets set. Not a good kick, because the Vikings have it. Here they come back on the attack. Hawthorne getting it back. Now Vikings with it, trying to set something up. Gets it over to their playmaker, Stalker. Stalker gets it back from Yamashiro. Now it's back in the penalty area, and letting it go is Vargas. So she'll get to kick it back. It'll be a Hawthorne ball. So Mariah Vargas, just a freshman, doing a terrific job tonight so far. But another kick goes awry.
That's one thing we've been seeing in both halves of this game, Lou, is a lot of balls in and out of play.
About midway through the second half. A 1-1 tie in a very even game today at Helcap Field on the campus of Hawthorne High School. Look out. Here we go now. Nice block on the shot from Yamashiro. It's a good play by the Cougar defense to keep that shot away, completely away from Vargas. Stalker to Yamashiro, or check that, Bailey. Bailey going against Adelaide Marine.
Vikings offense just trying to set something up here and get a little momentum going.
Offside, so we're coming back the other way. Knight's boot. Samuel High gets a hold of it first. And again, after an early burst by Hawthorne, seems like most of the action going on the Hawthorne end of things. And this one will be turned over to Hawthorne.
Vargas, they're having a little bit of fun here in the second half.
Trying to charge up her teammates. Ball almost got through, but is settled down now by Yamashiro. And coming down hard, that was Bria Stalker. And it just goes out of bounds. So Hawthorne will get the ball back.
Del Cid for the Cougars throwing in the ball there. It's a nice shot of the field. The sun going down and everything.
Mm-hmm. Some beautiful sunsets lately. The field here is in very good condition. Getting it back in are the Vikings. Taking their time, very methodical about setting up plays and getting into position. Shot there where the pass there was sent out of bounds by Aaron Soto. And the Vikings will, or is it the Cougars?
Looks like the Cougars are going to take over and throw it back in. Elise Soto is passing it down to Del Cid, number 3. And she's passing it off to Cassandra Jimenez, who will throw it in for the Cougars.
Okay.
They all wanted to toss it in.
Hawthorne trying to get something going, but the Vikings are holding their defense into the penalty area where it's going to be picked up by Zuckerbraun.
Goalkeeper booting it down back the field. And it goes right out off the head.
Looked like they didn't know where it was going at first. But Yamashiro throwing it into attack mode, knocked back out by the Cougars, and Samuel High will get to set up in the penalty area. Shot straight on, and Vargas has to knock that one down. Just about chest high from about 35 yards out.
This Viking offense is not giving up on this Cougar defense here in the second half. Seems like a lot of the play has been down for Viking offense the whole second half.
A long shot or pass was way long by the Vikings, and so Hawthorne will get it back. Coming down to about 10 minutes left to go in regulation. Cougar defense trying to keep the Vikings away. They've been doing a good job of it, only letting in 1 goal. Morelli sending it back. Now Yamashiro with it. Look out on the attack. Here comes Pierce, but the ball is knocked out of bounds by Soto. Smells like somebody's turned their barbecue on.
It's a perfect night for a barbecue, so I don't blame them. It's gorgeous. We keep saying how nice it is.
Some carne or chicken asada. Ooh. Ball gets knocked out of bounds.
We're seeing it looks like the boys' soccer team is playing up next, getting set up there on the track.
Thrown back in. Here come the Vikings. But the Hawthorne defense is there to kick it out of harm's way. But look out. Nice play by Stocker. Stocker. Good dribbling. And it'll be a throw in for Samo High.
Bria Stocker throwing the ball back in for the Vikings. And another kick out right there in the corner.
But that is going to be a corner kick for the Vikings. Again, coming down to about 10 minutes left to go in the second half. Some defenders, Brittany Rodriguez and Elise Soto for the Cougars. On a set play, Cougar defense kicks it out. So a good job by the Cougars.
Vikings not ready to give up on it yet.
Always on the attack, but the Cougar defense has been there most of the night, most of the afternoon, except for the goal by Leah Yamashiro. That was way back, midway through the first half. As you saw, Ava Bailey. Ball down the right side. Yamashiro with it, and a whistle. Getting ready to curl it in is Isabel Lewis. Kick in, and that one went wide. Almost a reaction shot by the Lady Viking who kicked it. There's your freshman keeper.
Sandra Jimenez kicking the ball back in for the Cougars down the line, off the head of the Vikings. A little back and forth action here.
Kicked on the left wing. That's Adelaide Marine. Nice boot down into the Viking territory, but it's picked off by Santa Monica High. Sent to the right side, and that one's going to go out of bounds, where it'll be Hawthorne ball on the throw-in. So this is a tougher, more evenly matched match than we thought coming in.
Definitely. It looks like both teams are staying aggressive on each other. I'm just trying to get something going here for both of them in the second half. Few good shots, but no score in the second half.
Off of the head of a Cougar defender and being fought for. But Samuel High brings it back down. Ava Bailey to Stocker. to Morelli. Trying to get around her person and does, but Vargas beats her to the ball. Almost got a foot in the head.
The goalkeeper, just dives on it and catches it. What a save.
Kick not long enough to get out of Hawthorne territory.
Looks like it's Garcia down for the Cougars. Taking a little bit of time to get back up on her feet. Looks like it's the left leg hurting, or the left knee, since it's all wrapped up already.
Let's see if Joy Hill, the head coach for Hawthorne, haven't even talked about her yet today. This is her first year with the Cougars, and she is a 2015 alumni of Hawthorne. She went to Santa Monica College for a year. Then last year she came back as the JV coach and loved it so much she signed on for the varsity. And a real popular young woman, Joy Hill. And on a break, here comes the Cougars. Pierce wanted to send it across, but good defense by the Cougars. It's still in, being battled for. Pierce wins the battle, but the ball was in possession of Hawthorne until they was kicked out of bounds. Nice action just above the penalty area. Out of bounds. Let's see if the Cougars can get a little rush going. As you saw, Fernanda Casso. Maddie Bison, who's had a terrific game today for Santa Monica. There you see the score here in the second half. Coming down to about 5-6 minutes left. In regulation, that is. Continuous 40-minute clock in the first and the second halves. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and the Vikings are on the move back towards the Hawthorne goal.
The Vikings offense here has just been battling the Cougars defense in the second half.
Big kick, big boot from outside the box, and that goes wide right. So again, Santa Monica, number 11 in Division 3, are in second place in the Ocean League Girls Soccer Division. And the former Ocean League champs, defending Ocean League champs. Big throw back in, header back out. Boots it back out, but it'll be Viking ball.
Seen a lot of shadows here as the sun goes down from the players. A few of them trying to block the sun with their hands.
On the attack again. Ball comes back out. See if Hawthorne can get something going, but there was a push from behind. Good call. Dominguez, actually that was Isabel Lewis, was shoving off. Jimenez trying to get something going, but the ball comes back towards Hawthorne's goal. Morelli trying to go from right to left with that kick, but it missed wide. Clock's still going. And Jimenez will do the kicking honors for Mariah Vargas. Stopped by Davison, but it got away from her. Ball settled down, or is it? Santa Monica trying to go on the attack again, but the Hawthorne Cougars aren't cooperating. There's a shot in, and that just goes wide on the shot by Leah Yamashiro, with the tying goal back in the first half. Ashley Marine with the first goal early in the first half. Alondra Villagana.
Viking offense trying to make something happen again here in the first half. But that Cougar defense is there to stop them, and the ball goes out of bounds.
That's right. Keeping them at bay. Ball kicked away from Morelli out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Nice defensive play by Madeline Garcia. Stocker with the throw-in. That pass broken up by Hawthorne, and an errant kick by Hawthorne. So it'll be Sam Ohai's throw-in. What if that throw-in attempt by Hawthorne was Arianis Del Cid?
Oh, and off the face of Isabel Lewis, it looked like on that one.
A clearing pass didn't clear. It's still inside of Hawthorne territory. And Adelaide Marine.
Vikings throwing the ball back into play with the Cougar defense there to boot the ball back down.
So there you see the lone goal scorer, Ashley Marine, the sophomore midfielder for the Cougars. She scored early in the first half. Yeah, that sun is setting. Actually, that's the end of regulation.
It looks like we're going to be going into overtime here. Score tied up 1-1.
So the captains go out and talk to the officials and get the flip to see if they want to switch goals, or looks like Santa Monica High won the toss and defend the goal to our left, or the south goal.
Now, in overtime play, the team that scores first is the winner. So one of these teams just looking to score the other.
And they have, I believe it's 5-minute periods.
Hawthorne Cougars lost the last 9 in a row, so hoping that they're going to break their streak here and get a win.
This is their first toe in the water for the overtime. And for Santa Monica High, they've had 3 overtime games. So why don't we take this small timeout on City TV? What's the matter? Been a good girl. It sure doesn't. So it is now 2:29. And it only goes to 2:37-ish.
Yeah.
Almonds?
Thank you.
She had a good second half. Back here at Helcap Field, along with Natalie Marcuzzo, I'm Lou Stowers. Thanks for joining us. This is an overtime game with the Hawthorne Cougars hosting the Santa Monica High Vikings. And Santa Monica, winners of 3 in a row, in second place in the Ocean. Hawthorne, 0-6, have lost 9 in a row and holding up last place in the Ocean. We're underway here in overtime. This is always exciting because a sudden victory.
That's right. Sudden victory could happen at any moment, with the first team that scores would complete the game.
No call on that trip, as going head over tea kettle was Sierra Morelli. And Hawthorne went on the attack. And then you see Tanya Toro. She's in the game for the first time, at least that we've called her number. The goal scorer for Hawthorne, Ashley Marine. And a shove there. And that was called on Sophie Davison. So the Cougars, let's watch this.
Oh, down.
Down goes Marine. That was Adelaide. Here comes a shot in, and it's just, no, it goes in the back of the net. Is it a goal? Is it in? Yes, it is. Goal! Win for the Cougars. Goal! Goal! Oh my goodness, what a shot off of the kick in from the Cougars.
See it there on the replay. The goalie gets it, but one of the Cougars just knocks it right in. Oh, and she goes down on top of one of the Viking players. Looks like it's number...
That's Karina Garcia with the goal.
Freshman, no less.
Just a freshman with the goal.
Oh, I love seeing the Cougars celebrate there.
Absolutely. That was just barely into overtime, as there was like a retaliation. Remember when the girls got tangled up at the start of overtime, and then Sophie Davison committed the penalty or the foul, and then the kick in, and the save was made by Shanae Zuckerbrunn, the sophomore, and then Karina Garcia was there to put in the rebound for the win. 2-1 in overtime.
What a game it was. Nice to see the Hawthorne Cougars break their streak. No more losses after 9 consecutive before this game.
That's a monkey off the back, that's for sure. So our player of the game has to be Karina Garcia.
100% Karina Garcia, the freshman who scored that last goal in overtime.
That's right. And, well, let's see. Should we give the tip of the hat to Mariah Vargas, the goalkeeper, or to Ashley Marine, the first goal scorer for the Cougars? I'll let you pick.
I'm going to have to go with Marina Vargas, another freshman for the Cougars. She was there defensively for all the plays and did such a great job stopping the Vikings there in the second half when they were dominating on the field.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, along with Natalie Marcuzzo. Thanks for coming on and working with us today.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a great game.
All right. And Tom Strickfaden and the 5-time Star Award-winning crew. I'm Lou Stowers telling you once again the score from Helcap Field. It was the Hawthorne Cougars snapping a 9-game losing streak. And it wasn't easy. Score 2-1 over Samo High. Until next time, so long.